Conference League predictions because I think we've found some really, or at least personally, I've seen some really interesting and fun ties be made in these competitions, and some also fantastic results in the round of 16. And we haven't really covered it mainly because, I haven't really kept too much of an eye in the Europa League and Conference League teams. But I wanted to talk a little bit about it today, give my predictions, give my thoughts for the quarterfinals, and also have a look at some of the round of 16 results. And then also, I guess, kind of predict who I think is going to go all the way to the final. But yeah, get in the comments below your predictions for the Europa League and Europa Conference League, because we have some really, really good teams in both competitions. So yeah, I want to have a look firstly at the round 16, because in the round of 16 there were some fantastic results. Sporting and Atalanta, I mean, this was a fantastic game. Atalanta managed to get through, which is a fantastic achievement by them, knocking out Ruben Amorim Sporting. Ruben Amorim, who might be going to Liverpool in the summer. This was insane. Karabakh Leverkusen. So in the first leg it ended 2-2. And Patrick Schick scored in for the 90th minute to level it 2-2 and keep Leverkusen's unbeaten streak up. And then in the second leg, they were 2-0 down again at home. Karabakh were winning, and then they scored 2 in the 90th minute to win 3-2 Leverkusen. I mean, these guys never stop. Milan thumped Slavia Prague 7-3 in aggregate. Freiburg and West Ham, and this was shocking. Freiburg beat them 1-0 in the first leg, and West Ham beat 5-0 in the second leg. Benfica narrowly beat Rangers. Full credit to Rangers, to be fair, given Benfica that tough of a game. Villarreal and Marseille, this was mental. I mean, in the first leg, Marseille beat Villarreal 4-0, and you think the tie's done, and then Villarreal go 3-0 up. But then Marseille grabbed one back and held on. As I said, Atalanta beat Sporting narrowly. Roma destroyed Brighton in Rome in the first leg, but Brighton did win the second leg for a bit of pride. Liverpool 11-2 on aggregate versus Sparta Prague. I mean, these guys are way too good for teams like this. And they were 4-0 up in 15 minutes. It was so bad. But yeah, those are the round 16 results, which are interesting. But the quarterfinals are some interesting ties. Now look, we have Benfica versus Marseille as our first one. I'm not gonna lie as well, some of these teams I don't watch Benfica or Marseille week in, week out, so I don't know tons about them. Looking at their form on Benfica, draw a big game there in the Portuguese Cup versus Sporting recently. They're doing pretty decent in the league. I will say, when I saw them in the Champions League, they were not impressive at all. They were really poor in the group stages. Actually, I expected much better from them, and they did narrowly go through versus Rangers. However, Marseille, I mean, their form has fallen off a cliff. Look at that, 4 losses in a row, but I will cut them some slack because these are all hard games. Villarreal, Rennes, PSG and Lille, those are hard games. But 4 losses in a row, that is not good form going into a massive game here. Benfica at home are a very good side, very good side. I believe that Benfica will get the job done. I think it'll be 2-1 to Benfica. Go Benfica first. First player to score, let's go for Angel Di Maria. Angel Di Maria, experienced player in these sorts of situations, so I think he'll get the job done. And versus West now this is interesting. This is a really good tie, in my opinion. Of course, Leverkusen, we all know about them. They are unbeaten invincibles right now in all competitions, which is mad, absolutely mad. They just don't lose. For whatever reason, they don't lose. Will they go the whole season invincible? That would be mental. Their about Leverkusen is recently I actually think a lot of their results have not been great. Like, they have been riding their luck a lot. Like Hoffenheim, they were down, and then again 90th minute 2 goals to win it. Freiburg, 3-2, very, very narrow win. Karabakh, both games as I spoke about, narrow wins. So Leverkusen have not been like scintillating. They have been getting those late winners and stuff like that. So, I mean, West Ham can definitely get out of them. West Ham, I mean, they have pretty poor form, if we're being real. Just one win in their last 5, or actually they're beating Wolves, but it's not up here for some reason. But West Ham in European competitions do well. Moyes obviously won the Conference League last season. Knockout football does pretty well. Got to semi-finals of Europa League last year. They're a very difficult, tricky side because they will sit back, they will defend and counter. They're quite a nasty team to play against. Leverkusen at home, though, I mean, I would back them to win. I don't think West Ham are going there and beating them, quite frankly. West Ham could get a point or a draw. I think West Ham really want to try and get out of this with a draw or just a narrow defeat, and they'll back themselves going at home versus Leverkusen. But I don't think they're gonna. I think it'll be a 2-0 Leverkusen. Fairly comfortable victory for them. But I am excited about this. Tie. I reckon Jeremy Frimpong's gonna do well. The thing is with West Ham, they're just so inconsistent, right? Like, I want to say they do well against the big sides. Like, they beat Arsenal away, right? But then they also got smacked up like 6-0 by them. So I really don't know about West Ham. It depends what West Ham shows up on the day. But overall, I do think Leverkusen will have enough quality for them. Is the next fixture. Now, of course, we all know Liverpool are a fantastic side and are gunning for a Premier League title right now. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are probably on paper is far more Leverkusen are the best sides in this competition by a mile, really. But having said that, being in the Premier League title race could play a factor in this game. Liverpool not going to have too much rest for our Premier League. There could be an element of they are prioritising the Premier League. I mean, of course they are. Of course, they want to win the Premier League over the Europa League. But knowing Klopp and the way he sort of goes for most cups during his time at Liverpool, he's not going to just completely rest players here. But we might see a little bit of rotation in this side for this game. At home, at Anfield, European night, I highly doubt Atalanta are going there and beating them at Anfield. Atalanta, their best hope really is going here, making sure they're in the game to take it back to their place, and they're lucky that the second leg is not at Anfield, otherwise I would be a bit concerned. If you're Liverpool, obviously with the Premier League title race, you really just want to try and kill this game at home, Anfield. Just destroy it, get a 2-3-0 win, comfortable, and then you don't need to worry about the second leg, just rest up some players for the Premier League. But look, Atalanta are no mugs, they're a good side, they are a good side. I see here they smacked up Napoli, they beat Sporting as well in the last round of 16, as I mentioned, and Sporting are a good side. And Atalanta having a pretty decent year in Serie A. They're a little bit inconsistent, but Gasperini is a fantastic coach. They've had experience in knockout football in the Champions League as well. I don't think they're going to get rolled over here. I think it'll be 3-1. I think it'll be 3-1 Liverpool. I think Klopp's going to go strong and try and, as I said, kill that game. Kill the tie instantly. But I do think Atalanta are good enough to not get steamrolled. But I think it'll be 3-1. And Liverpool will have a very good advantage going into the second leg. But I don't think this game's going to be completely finished going into the second leg. And then the last quarterfinal. Oh god, this is amazing. I'm looking forward to this. We have AC Milan vs Roma, an all-Italian clash. This is going to AC Milan, of course, dropped down after finishing third in the group of death to Europa League, and these two teams are very, very good, very evenly matched. Roma have recently appointed Daniel De Rossi after Jose Mourinho was sad, and De Rossi came in. Not many people expected much, but he came in, been fantastic. They have been stuttering a little bit here, drawing to Lecce. Fiorentina draw is not bad though, but besides that, they've been fantastic. Steamrolled Brighton in the last round. Milan, fantastic form by them, beating Fiorentina away. That's fantastic by them. I don't know what the score was. I can't remember what the score was when they played each other in the league, but I'm pretty sure back then Mourinho was in charge anyway, so we probably can't read too much into that anyway. Milan at home at the San Siro, you would expect them to win, but Roma, good side, very good side. Pioli has more experience than De Rossi. Milan have more experience as well in the knockout stages, having got to the semis of the Champions League last year. I do believe that they're going to win this first leg 2-0. 2-0. I believe Milan will win this, but I think this can go either way, and I'm really looking forward to this. But I do think that Milan will have enough quality and experience really to get through this. Rafael, if he turns up, then Roma are screwed, because Leao is fantastic. I played 2 times booster there, but yeah, those are my quarterfinal predictions. If I had to predict who's actually going through in the actual ties altogether, so I think, I actually think Marseille might go at home and turn this around. I think Marseille might progress. I do believe Leverkusen will go through. I do think Liverpool will go through. I do think Atalanta, don't underestimate them. I think they'll make hard work of them. And I think Milan will just about go through. But again, I think Roma in the second leg might do something really good, especially in Rome. I have a bracket up here because I don't actually know like who faces who. But so Marseille, Liverpool, Milan, Leverkusen. Okay, so in my prediction, I have a Marseille Liverpool semi and a Milan Leverkusen semi. That is going to be blockbuster. Wow, yeah. Either way, these are nice semis there. But yeah, that's my Europa League predictions. Let's go on to the Conference League. So Conference League, we have Victoria Please and Fiorentina, Olympiacos Fenerbahce, Aston Villa Lille, and Club Blue Panathinaikos. Now, I'll be real, I don't know much about a lot of these sides in the Conference League, but what I can say is I was having a look at what happened in round of 16, and some mental games, absolutely mental games happened. Fiorentina, Maccabi Haifa. In the first leg it was 4-4, right? 4-3 Fiorentina. What a mental game, and then 1-1 in this. Panathinaikos, this was crazy as well. So in the first leg, Dynamo Zagreb beat them 2-0, and you think Dynamo Zagreb easy going through. They beat them 5-1. 5-1. That is mental. And then USG, they lost 3-0 in the first leg and then went to Fenerbahce's home and beat them 1-0, which is pretty impressive. Victoria Pleasen drew 0-0 in the first leg to Sevilla, and then 0-0 again into extra time, and Pleasen won on pens. I don't know if I've ever seen over that many minutes teams not be able to score. 0-0 in 90, 0-0 in 90 again, 0-0 in extra time. That's crazy. But this game will say actually is the Europa League and the Conference League. To be honest, I think the round of 16s of both of them were probably better than the round of 16s in the Champions League. They were full of entertainment. Almost every tie had something mad going on. So even if they're not the biggest of clubs, they're producing some fantastic games and very, very entertaining. So definitely try to give that a watch if you can. But in terms of quarterfinals, we have Victoria Pleasant versus Fiorentina. Victoria Pleasant, so of course they were in a 0-0 shootout versus Servette. I don't know too much about them. Of course, they were in the Champions League a couple of years ago. They have been in the Champions League a couple times, I think, but it's been a while. Fiorentina I do know a lot about. I mean, Fiorentina are doing pretty well in Silly. Narrowly got through in the last one. Of course, made the Conference League final last year. They are really good. Vincenzo Italiano is a fantastic coach. They are really good in cup competitions, knockout competitions. Conference League final last year, Coppa Italia final last year, quarterfinals again this year. I will say they're much better at home than away. Victoria Pleasant, if they're going to go through, they're going to need a result, in my opinion, here in this fixture. But I do think Fiorentina will just about go through there. 2-1, I think they'll overturn a 1-0 deficit, and we'll go. Let's go. Nico Gonzalez for first player to score. Olympiacos Fenerbahce. This is going to be a blockbuster tie. I mean, their fans, these two fans are crazy, especially Fenerbahce fans. But Olympiacos Fenerbahce, both teams involved in some pretty crazy ties. Olympiacos in particular. I mean, they got absolutely battered by Maccabi in the first leg at home. It seems like they're not doing amazing in the Greek league as well. Fenerbahce are doing superb in the Turkish league. They're in a fantastic title race with Galatasaray. They're a pretty good side. I think Fenerbahce are actually going to go to Olympiacos and beat them. I think Fenerbahce are going to win 2-0. I think Fenerbahce are one of the favourites actually for this competition. Let's go for Michy Batshuayi. Do a roundhouse kick to get it in. But yeah, Fenerbahce, I think they'll have enough to win this. In Olympiacos, Aston Villa Lille. Now this is a tie I'm really excited about. I think these two teams are very evenly matched. Aston Villa, as we know, are competing for top 4 right now in the Premier League, but their form has dipped. It has dipped recently. They're not in the best of form. Ollie Watkins, is he back? I don't know if he's going to be back for this tie. I'm not too sure about that. Villa fans, maybe let me know in the comments below. Villa at home are fantastic. To be fair, they are very good. They're going to go through. I think they're going to need a result here in this first leg. They're going to need a win. Unai Emery, as we know, is a master of European competitions and navigating those, but Villa as a side don't really have much experience in these knockout competitions. But I do think that win against Ajax, that 4-0 at home, is just going to give them a lot of confidence. But Lille, do not underestimate them. Lille have been very, very good in Liga, and they're competing as well for a Champions League spot. Were very solid in their win over Sturmglas as well. Lille are having a pretty good season. Paulo Fonseca is a fantastic coach for them. He also has pretty good European experience. I remember a couple seasons of him going to the semi-finals of the Europa League with Roma, where they were knocked out by Man United. But he's a fantastic coach. I think Lille, if they're gonna go through, just try to get a result, try to get a draw or a narrow loss at Villa, and then take them back to your place and try and win. And I think it's going to be really tight, and I think it's going to be 1-0 Villa. I think it'll be 1-0 Villa. I think these two teams are very evenly matched. I think it'll be a Leon Bailey goal, and Villa will just about go through in this tie. Game, I should say. Okay, in the final one we have Club Brugge versus Panathinaikos. Club Brugge versus Panathinaikos. So Club Brugge, how are they doing? I mean, their form is a bit up and let's go first player to score. Let's go for, where is he? Thiago. He's Brentford bound. Thiago, their striker. In terms of who I think is actually going to go through in the ties, for me, I think Fiorentina are going through here. Fenerbahce are going through. Villa Lille. This is tough. This is really tough. Oh God. Yeah. You know what? I think Lille might beat them like 2-1 on the second leg, and it's going to go like extra time, pens, and I think Villa might go through on pens, but that's really close. And I actually think Panathinaikos will turn this around and go through. So in terms of the bracket, I think Villa will just about go through. Fenerbahce, Fiorentina, and Panathinaikos. So my semi-finals is Villa, Fenerbahce. Wow, what a tie that's going to be. And Fiorentina, Pio. Okay, these are actually some really good teams. Yeah, I think don't sleep on the Conference League this year. There are some